Denver Broncos trading down. We're going to talk about it here on Broncos Breakdown by Chat Sports. So Mark Schlereth spoke about how he thinks new GM George Paton will approach the draft. Obviously, if you're a new GM, maybe you don't want to roll the dice, but I don't really know if that's the way that I'm going to go. Schlereth is just going off his belief. He's not going off his source. I know I've seen it out there with like, oh, there's a report out there that the Broncos are trading down. That's not true, okay? It's just simply this. It's a guy stating his opinion about what he thinks is going to happen. Now, I am team always trading down is a good idea because you can get more draft capital. You continue to build around your team. But for the Broncos, I will say this. This is probably one of the more complete teams in the league. I love what they did on the defensive side. Sure, the offensive line has still one or two question marks. But from an offensive standpoint, your really only question mark, I'll say, is this. The quarterback position. So if maybe you're not sold on Drew Lock, maybe you don't do this. But if you want to say, okay, we want to give Drew Lock a full year, we want to see what he can do with a fully healthy offense, maybe you don't end up trading down. But what do you guys think here? Should the Broncos trade down from pick number 9? I want you to type T for trade down, or I want you to type S for stay put. Obviously, this is a team at pick number 9 that could go a lot of different ways here. And with the amount of offensive talent, that's kind of why I could see Denver trading down, because the amount of offensive talent, especially at the wide receiver tight end position like Devonta Smith, Jalen Waddle, Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase. Denver, could they use those players? Sure, I think almost any NFL team could, but it's not the way that they're going to go. I see Denver going with a defensive player or maybe addressing the offensive line, but if I had to bet my money on it, I'm going to say that they end up going defense. So if you guys liked the video, if you could, please like it. It really helps us out a lot. We would definitely appreciate it here. So with the rumor around the Denver Broncos potentially trading down, what I wanted to be able to do on today's show is break down, Broncos breakdown, some of the moves that I think could potentially happen. So coming up here, 3 trades the Broncos could do moving back from pick number 9. Let's first look here at the Los Angeles Chargers. And when I think about the Chargers potentially being a trade-up candidate, why would they want to trade up? I think it's simple. I've seen a Mel Kiper mock draft. I've seen a Todd McShay mock draft where Penei Sewell starts to fall. And if I'm the Los Angeles Chargers, I want to be able to keep my young quarterback, Justin Herbert, very happy and, more importantly, healthy. One of the easiest ways to be able to do that is to continue to build the offensive line. Did they do good things this offseason? Yes, they absolutely did. But Penei Sewell to me is the number 1 rated offensive tackle, and if he slides down the board, why not pair Sewell with his old teammate Justin Herbert? So for the Broncos and for the Chargers, they have 9 picks. They have plenty of options to be able to make it work here. So let's just say you pick up the phone, you give it a call. The Chargers, they get pick number 9. The Broncos, they get pick number 13 and a third-round pick, 77 overall. As a reminder, all the trades that you will see are equal in terms of the trade value chart. If you don't know what it is, you can always go look it up. So would you make this trade here? Y for yes, or I want you to type that N for no. Deal or no deal? The Broncos get 13 and pick number 77, so a first-round pick and a third-round pick. The Chargers, they're able to trade up and get the offensive lineman that they're looking for. Y for yes, or N for no. Now, what you're also going to get on today's show is I'm going to give you 15 prospects that they could go out and draft that at pick number 13 based on their biggest needs and based on just how I think the board could potentially fall. So you got Rashawn Slater, Jaelan Phillips, Micah Parsons, Alijah Vera-Tucker, Azeez Ojulari. I'm not sitting here saying that all 5 of these players are going to be available. All I'm saying is this. If you decide to trade back, you could potentially see them go after one of these 5 players here. The next team that I'm going to bring up here, it is the New England Patriots. For me, it really comes down to, is New England wanting to go out and get a quarterback? No disrespect to Cam Newton. I think he's washed up at this point. And also no disrespect to what the Patriots did. I would be very shocked if they go 7-9 again. They have a defense that can win right now. Are they in a tough division? It sounds weird saying that, yes, they are in a tough division. Buffalo's legit. Miami's legit. And I can't imagine that Bill Belichick wants to fall 3rd again in this division. So if you feel like that you're a quarterback away, let's say Justin Fields slides. Let's say Trey Lance slides. Why wouldn't New England be a little bit willing to go up and get the quarterback that they want for the future? Because let's face it, it's not Cam Newton. So here's the trade idea that I decided to cook up here. The Broncos, they get the 15th overall pick and 46. New England, they get the 9th overall pick and 114. So essentially, you swap first, and then you swap a second for a 4th round pick. If I'm Denver, I'm liking this one a lot. So who wins this trade here? What do you think? And as a reminder, obviously, if you just look at the trade itself, you're like, well, obviously Denver wins, right? Or if you're New England, you're like, wait a minute, I can also get the quarterback that I 100% want. So B for Broncos, P for Patriots. Who wins this trade? I will type my B for Broncos because I do think they win. I think you get a good defensive player and another solid player in round 2. For New England, if you're 100% sold on a certain quarterback, then maybe you could type your P for the Patriots. So you trade down to 15. Who are some of the players that you could draft? Now, you got Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, who's my number 1 linebacker. Kwity Paye, a very good edge rusher in terms of athletic ability. Christian Darrisaw, he's more built to be a left tackle. I think he could also play some right tackle as well. Christian Barmore, defensive lineman, probably the top, not even probably, he's the top DT in this year's draft class. And then Najee Harris. I wouldn't go running back this early, but if you want to guarantee yourself be able to get a running back, you could potentially go this route here. So it is definitely something to keep in mind. And as a reminder as well, just because some of these players you could take at 15, you could also take them at 13. I just wanted to be able to give you guys some different prospects. Now, today's show is presented by Manscaped. You see that down there? It says, we save balls. They do 100% save balls. And if you want to save your balls, go to manscaped.com/chat. 20% off and get free shipping. My favorite product that they have is the Lawnmower 3.0, which you guys can see over here as I do my best Vanna White impression. Now, I don't have any chance in hell with Vanna White, but I'll tell you what, my chances definitely go up if I use the Lawnmower 3.0. The other thing that I absolutely love about this product, the 8-hour battery life, the changeable blades, because it's very important to change your blades. I'm telling you that right now. Now, if you go out and you get the perfect package, because let's be real, you're trying to look good, you're trying to do your thing, summer's coming around here, and don't be that guy that's wearing that bathing suit and you got your whole George W. hanging out. You don't want to be that guy. Now, you can also get the most comfortable boxers and the traveling case as well, 100% free when you get started. Now, for some reason, maybe you're not paying attention, or maybe this entire time I'm reading this, you're down looking at your junk. So one more time, it's manscaped.com/chat, 20% off and free shipping. This is the best male grooming tool that you'll ever purchase. I 100% guarantee that. It's also in the comments. It's in the description. So now, don't wait. Act now. The last team that I'm going to be bringing up here in terms of potentially trading down with this is Denver. It's the Miami Dolphins. Now, there's reports out there that Brian Flores, head coach of Miami, he really, really likes Micah Parsons. If these reports are true and that they're willing to trade up, it's something that you should at least think about. So the Dolphins, they have 8 picks in the 2021 NFL draft, but they have 4 picks in the top 50. They have some pretty good ways here to be able to move up and down the draft boards. Plus, they've been very aggressive. But not only this season, Miami might have some of the best draft capital in the entire league over the next 3 seasons. It's because, and it's a shout out to Flores, it's a shout out to the Dolphins organization, they've been playing chess when a lot of other people have been playing checkers. So here's the trade idea. The Broncos, you get pick number 18, pick number 81 in the 3rd round, and then the Dolphins' 1st-round pick in 2022. Do I think the Dolphins are going to be a good team this year? Yes. It might be a little bit of a later 1st-round pick, but for Denver, you're still probably trying to build for the future. There's no doubt about that. So you get an extra 1st-round pick. The Dolphins, they go up, they get the pick that they want. Maybe it's Micah Parsons. So would you guys make this trade if you're Denver? Would you make the trade? A for accept or D for decline? You're sitting there on draft day. It's your turn to pick. Miami picks up the phone. They say, hey, this is the trade that's on the table. Are you doing the deal? A for accept, or I want you to type D for decline. If you do accept the trade, here are some players that could potentially be on your draft board. J.C. Horn. I don't know if he falls to 18, but he's a really good cornerback, and it might not be the biggest need, but he's a solid player. Landon Dickerson. He's my top center in this year's draft. Tevin Jenkins, a good right tackle. Greg Newsome, if you want to update or upgrade at the cornerback position. And then Jason Owe, another pretty solid player. If you guys want some other players, please go down in the comments and let me know. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and check out all of our videos here at Broncos Breakdown.